when you are shameless about your self-promotion and self-marketing, is because you truly believe in what you are doing and the impact you're making. Good morning, and welcome to Mindset Mastery. I'm your host, Araujo. And before we get started, I want to share a little something that I've been venturing into the last few weeks. So as many of you know, I went ahead and registered. I registered for a triathlon, an Olympic-sized triathlon, this May. And, this is something that I haven't done here in the last couple years. The last ones I trained for was 2 years ago, and they were only sprint triathlons. And I'll tell you, it was something challenging. And yesterday, I was laughing because I pulled out an old T-shirt that I received at one of my sprint triathlons. And, for me, it was very challenging. Like, it was one of those things, as soon as I completed it, I was out, right? I was out. I slept in all day. My body was aching. It was so exhausting. It was a triumphant moment for me. And it felt like I went on this big expedition, right? And I was laughing because I pulled up the shirt and I look at it, and on the front of the T-shirt, it has a beach cruiser on the shirt. So this event that I went to that I thought was so difficult and so tough, the way they saw it, the way the organizers saw it, was like a walk through the park, right? A beach cruiser. It wasn't even a speed bike of any sort. It wasn't a 10-speed. It was an actual beach cruiser. So it only shows you, like, when we venture into something new, some people just consider it a walk through the park, while others see it as a big, deal to overcome. And a lot of people think that the 5K is huge, while others think it's, hey, let me just do this as a warm-up to something. Some people think that the 10K or a half marathon is a big deal, and others are like, hey, I'm just going to do this every day. So it all depends on our capacity, right? It depends on where we're at any particular moment. Well, I went ahead and I committed to this triathlon for May. And I have to say, I'm more prepared now, I think, at least on the bike and the run side of things, than I've ever been. The swimming, I've left. Now, I only have about a month left to really hone in my skill sets, right? And I've left that to the very end because it's very uncomfortable for me. And I think we tend to do that when things are outside of our scope. We'd rather focus on the things we're really good at, and not so much on the things that we need to do in order to succeed on whatever we're going after. And this is true for business. This is true for anything that we challenge ourselves to. We tend to leave the things that make us the most uncomfortable to the very end. So that's where I'm at. So yesterday I took my first swimming lessons, and there was a lot of things that the coach was telling me to do. So much so that I got confused in all my thoughts, and there was one instance where I remember him saying, hey, you make sure to breathe. Well, I have to remember I have to be above the water before I take a big giant inhale, right? So I did I did end up drinking my fair share of pool water. And that's something that took me back a couple years ago when I did my first triathlon, where I thought it was a good idea to drink the pool water because I was thirsty. And that's a different story for a different day, but it reminded me of all the errors that I make, right? And when you're getting into anything new, especially in business, especially something new for your business, you could have been in this business for 10, 15 years, and you still haven't mastered the art of like online social media marketing, right? Or you're still hesitant on videos, you're still hesitant on Facebook ads. And it's because it brings this new element of us, and it's challenging us. And the swimming has done that for me in a massive way. So I'm trying to remember all the things that he told me to do, and all the things that I have to remember to do so that I don't panic. And today I took a lot of the insights that I was given, and I did pretty good. I swam over 1,300, meters? 1,300 meters, yards, 1,300 yards. And I felt pretty good about that. That was about, I want to say about 53 laps. So I did 53 laps today. And I wasn't too concerned about moving fast. I wanted to get the principles down right. But one of the things that I remember, and one of the things that I took from this is, like, At the moment something little throws me off my game, I seem to panic, right? So when I'm swimming and let's say I didn't take a proper stroke, or I inhale water through my nose or whatever it may be, I found myself just pushing myself in a panic state. And it's because of my inexperience, right? And one of the things that I want to talk to you about today is that, like with marketing, if we don't stay consistent with marketing, we begin to panic about our business. We get to question our business and why we even got into this business to begin with. And that was my first thought process, is I'm inhaling water through my nose and I start panicking in 3 feet of water, right? And I start thinking, okay, if I'm panicking in 3 feet of water, I can only imagine how I'm going to be in the lake. And that's the thing that we think when we start marketing. When we do our live videos, we're like, if I hesitate, or if I stumble, or if I stutter, how are others going to perceive that? And one of the things that I want you to remember is that marketing has to be the forefront of what you do today. And here's the thing. Shameless self-promotion is part of this. And we always take this whole concept of shameless like it's a negative thing. Oh, he's so shameless. You're shameless in your actions. You're shameless. And we see that as a negative. But when I really break it down and when I define it, what does shameless actually mean? Shameless means I am going to promote on what I believe in, and I refuse to shame myself for doing it, and I will not receive others' shame for it. And I think oftentimes we hold ourselves back, or we don't go at the level we should be because of what others may consider of us. Right? We don't want to be that guy. We don't want to be that person. And the realities are, you do have to be shameless when it comes to your self-promotion. Because what that means is that you have zero shame for loving what you do and making sure that you take care of your clients. So you got to speak about it loudly and proudly. So do not feel shame for promoting yourself so hard. And I know that's hard to do. And I've received messages, hey, AZ, I got these 3 under contract, but I don't want others to think that I'm gloating. The realities are that our minds are jaded with the fact that we think that others think we're better than them. And the fact are, we got to give ourselves more credit for working harder than others, as opposed to thinking that we are gloating. Because another real player will tell you, hey, good job. Keep it up. And those are the first words that come out of my mouth, and the first words that you'll hear from the agents of AZ & Associates. It's like, way to go. Nice work. Because we understand how hard this business is, and it's not about gloating. It's about putting the focus back on your business and saying, I am going to have zero shame for going out there and delivering on what I do. And it's hard. And I know all of us go through that. And sometimes we're scared to even ask for referrals, right? Because we don't want to seem as desperate. When in reality, we have to consider that if they don't go with you, they're going to go with someone else. Odds are they're going to go with someone else that are not as passionate about this business, that will not, protect their clients to the full extent like you will, that are probably working part-time jobs while you're in this full-time, while you went all in. So we play smaller to fit within the confines of what others want to shame us for. So one of the things that I want you to consider today as you start hesitating about, should I market this? Should I put that out there? Is that how are you going to continue to feel the shame of others' inactions? Because we don't want to make somebody else feel less than, right? And it's not about that game. You're not out there to hurt. You're out there to inspire, right? Because I know when I see somebody moving at a high level, I'm like, man, if they can do it, I want to do that too. And there's a proper way to do that. It's not saying, hey, I'm the only one who has it figured out. It's like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. And oftentimes, you will get rid of that shame when you tell your story more and more, because I understand everybody's story in this brokerage. I got to know you on a personal level. I know what you're going through, Isela, Susan. I know what you've been through. Liz, I understand the challenges. Cindy, I see it myself. Claudia, I've seen the struggles. To me, it's never about shame. It's about understanding that this is the new level you're playing at. And those that will tell you that you're gloating probably don't deserve to be in your life. And they're only projecting their inactions on you. Because when someone's moving and doing the things that they should be doing, you'll get an applause from them. You'll get a nod of appreciation. Not, oh, you're always showing off. Like, why do you always do that? It's not about that game anymore. You got to understand that it's your responsibility to help more individuals out. And the only way to do that is to put the spotlight on yourself shamelessly. Because at the end of the day, what that means, when you're shameless about what you're doing, it means that you believe in what you are doing. I'm going to say that again. When you are shameless about your self-promotion and self-marketing, it's because you truly believe in what you are doing and the impact you're making. That's the reason I do it on a consistent basis. It's not about gloating. It's not about showing off. It's the simple fact that I believe in myself. And I feel zero shame for doing that. And I'm going to invite you to get on the same game. And I know we all hesitate. We all hesitate because of what others may say. I know we do. I know you do. Because, well, I don't want to show too much success because what if I can't sustain this? What about if I fail? I don't want to put that light too bright on myself because, things could change. And maybe it was a lucky streak. So we hold ourselves back because we don't want to go up too high or too far. Because what if something changes? And I'm going to challenge you with this. What if it doesn't? What if that's a new standard? But you'll never realize that because you will always restrict yourself with that type of thought process. I get it. Putting yourself out there is not easy. It's hard. Because what if you do fail? You may get those individuals that said, well, I told you so. The little whispers. I've been there. So we better not make our proclamations too big. We better not put that light too bright because there's a chance that you may fail. Well, consider the fact that there's a chance you will not fail. Consider the fact that you've worked your ass off for this. It wasn't given to you. You dealt with the stresses. You continue to show up. And if you fail, guess what? You'll get up and go at it again and again and again while others are still just pointing. I remember Carla said something that's just resonated with me for a long time. To this day. She says, I'm not ashamed to tell you I failed. I'm not afraid to tell you that I failed because I'm still farther than you'll ever be. And it's not to poke fun at anything or to say someone's less than. What it's saying is that you have the belief and you're not just there spectating and hoping that others fail. Taking more risks makes you stronger. Putting that light on you, yes, you're going to get more eyes on you. But I think your family's worth it. I think you're worth it. Now, I'm going to tell you. Some of you may be saying, "Well, AZ, I'm pretty I'm shameless. I mean, I don't put myself down. I put myself out there." Well, I'm going to ask you something. This is the way you're able to determine if you're truly putting yourself out there. Asking for referrals is an indication of how strong you feel about your business. I'm going to say that again. Asking for referrals is an indication of how strongly you feel about your business. When you have no shame, as soon as you talk to somebody, you qualify them. As soon as you submit an offer, as soon as you pass a 10-day inspection period, as soon as you have every conversation, you're asking for a referral, that means you trust yourself. That means you will deliver for them and their family members. You're not going to wait till the end of the transaction and hope that they send you someone. You are very intentional because you have zero shame about understanding that you are the best agent, and that's why they came to you. And that is the mindset we all have to have, whether you're your first year in business or 15 years in the game. If you don't believe you are the best, you will always be at a disadvantage. So, no shame means you trust yourself. You're asking for those referrals. When you have shame, when you're too embarrassed to ask for a referral, when you're hesitant, when it's not at the forefront of your thought process to help someone else that they know, you don't believe you can deliver. Every time you fail to ask for a referral, there's a part of you that feels you will not deliver. There's a little bit of questioning yourself. Almost like you have to prove it to yourself that, hey, I'm not going to ask for anything. I'm not going to ask for one referral until I deliver. But if they're unhappy about one thing, I can't ask for a referral. If I didn't get everything on their Benzer, like, yeah, maybe on the next one I'll ask for a referral. Real estate transactions are going to have their ups and downs, the challenges. At the end of the day, did you deliver or not? At the end of the day, did you get them pre-qualified or not? That is a win. You asked for a referral. At the end of the day, did you get them into contract or not? That is a win. You asked for a referral. At the end of the day, did you get past the inspection period and the appraisal period? You did? You asked for a referral. When you deliver keys, regardless of how rocky or smooth the transaction is, at the end of the day, you delivered for your client. You asked for a referral. We've all heard Ruben express himself and how he asked for a referral. It's so much so that his clients actually make a joke of it. Yeah, Ruben, I know. If I know of anyone, I'll let you know. That's how confident. It reflects his confidence in his business. He knows he will deliver the utmost professional and best service out there, and he's shameless about it. And his clients understand that. Hey, he delivers for me. He's delivering throughout the entire process. Every time I talk to Ruben, he's probably going to ask me for a referral. At some point, I better give that man a referral. He's gotten me the house at the price I wanted to pay. He got the repairs that I truly wanted. He got me past the appraisal period. I owe him something. I owe that dude something. That's the game. Zero shame. I have zero shame on what I do because I know the impact and I know how many people out there need this type of environment. I have zero shame. As a matter of fact, we created the ARP program because I understand that you as my clients, you as the people within this brokerage have a greater impact of getting people off the fence that are truly belong here versus me. Because all you have to do is talk about your experiences. All you have to do is how we've delivered and how we're here to support you and the staff and what we do to empower you. That's all you have to do is speak about that. And that's the same thing I want you to remind your clients about. If they're able to communicate how you've delivered, it's greater than any marketing you can do online. It's greater than anything you could possibly invest in. To someone recommending you is truly the best form of marketing. So it's your job to continue to remind them. And guess what? You have to have zero shame to even propose that question. I have zero shame to tell you guys, speak up loudly and proudly because I understand what's on the line for many people. And at the end of the day, you're delivering a great responsibility that is delivering keys or having people sell their investment. That's huge responsibility. Have zero shame for it. Now, some of you are like, hey, AZ, I'm a modest guy. I'm very humble. I think that word is always misused. I'm very humble, AZ. Oftentimes, it's an excuse to say, hey, I just like to keep to myself. I really don't like to ask for business. I'm within a comfort zone. I'm very humble. I get what we're trying to say. I get what the whole point is. But it's hard to be humble when you don't have much. It's easy to be humble when there's nothing out, when you don't have much. And I want to challenge you with that. I'm saying, yes, have a humble mindset, but I'm going to go be a killer type of mindset. When I say killer, I don't mean to just force people into transactions. I mean, be hungry to help others get what they want. So AZ, I'm modest, I'm humble. No. What that really means is that you don't think you deserve more. You can't play humble in this business. You have to proclaim how loud and how proud and how you will deliver on a consistent basis. You have to remind your clients that your business grows because of their referrals and how you perform and how you deliver. So you set your client up. Listen, I'm going to get you everything you're looking for. I'm going to work for you hard. What I want you to think about is who else within your realm is looking to buy or sell. Can you agree to that? And at the end of our conversation, I'm going to put a camera in front of you and I'm going to ask you some questions regarding our experience. Because I'm going to go out to bat for you. I'm going to deliver. You're going to get what you're looking for. Like, that is confidence. That you can be modest while saying that, but don't get that jaded. I'm humble, AZ. Be humble when you over-deliver on everything. But if you're not delivering financially, it's easy to be humble. Make a lot of money and be humble. That's the game we all need to play. So shameless self-marketing, guys, like zero shame. Your skill sets will get better the more you're out there. Become a promoting marketing machine. Dominate that game. Learn Facebook ads. Learn video editing. I sent out a message over to Jermaine. He's taken his marketing to a whole new level. And I'm like, I see you, bro. Like, good work. He says, it's fun. And I said, I know. Because every time you take it to another level, you're really pushing your skill sets. It's kind of like doing a home project, right? Like you make a small repair at your home, and every time you walk by there, there's a small sense of pride. Hey, I did that. Well, that's what marketing is about. That's what adding new systems and processes to your business is about. So guys, in conclusion, I want you to just think about this. Don't hold yourself back. Don't let the other people's thoughts be the forefront of your thought process. Don't let other people's thoughts be the forefront of your thought process. Deliver. Put that spotlight on yourself. You are the authority. Have zero shame for doing that. All right, let's go ahead and read some messages. Who's on the call today? We got Cindy, Claudia, Nick, Rudy. What's going on? Dorlee, what's happening? Michelle, good morning. Jesse, what's up, my brother? Isela, Susan, Liz, Gabriel. Cindy, we gain power from again and again, allowing ourselves to choose the kind of reckless that allows us to be vulnerable, genuine, and brave in pursuit of our dreams. Like, showcase all of that. Like, we all have unbelievable stories. That's part of the game. The more you divulge about yourself, that means I'm not ashamed. I will receive zero shame for telling you my story, my experiences. And when you're able to do that, it'll manifest itself into your business. It'll manifest itself into your certainty and confidence. Because at the end of the day, you just trust yourself. There is no shame. And when there's no shame, there is trust in yourself. And when you can do that, clients will trust you. More and more clients will trust you. Cindy, LL, asking for a referral. Subscribe, rate, and review. All right. Jesse's shameless about his plugins. Look at that. I see you, bro. I see you. What are you guys hearing about these conversations when it comes to shameless self-promotion and asking for referrals, right? Asking for referrals is truly an indication of how strongly you feel about your business. Like, think about that. Like, every time you refrain yourself from asking for referrals, I want you to think about how strongly you believe in your business, right? Number one, when you have no shame, you trust yourself. Number two, when you do have shame, you don't believe you can deliver. And three, when you play within the realm of modest or the confines of being modest, you don't think you deserve more. So I hope you're able to take that with you. Do we have anyone else with some insights? Brianna, good morning. Good morning, Brianna. Guys, so I hope that you're able to take this information and just apply it. Like, have zero shame. Market your ass off. Be that authority because you know you will be able to deliver. Thanks again for joining me for another episode of Mindset Mastery, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day, everyone. Bye now.